So coffee is something you need when you're making music, but that's not in the list. So let's cut the shit. I'm going to break down exactly what you need for your home setup, your studio setup, to get you up and running making music. Hiya, it's Charlie T Music here. Some of what I'm going to recommend is going to depend on what kind of music you're actually going to make, and you can just pick and choose what's relevant for you and your setup. But remember, get the basics first. You don't need everything. I didn't start out with all this crap. I started out with a laptop and a pair of headphones. And then over time, I added things like MIDI controllers, different sets of monitors, more headphones, instruments. That took time. There's an old industry phrase that's all the gear and no idea. You don't want to be there. So number one, you're going to need a computer. Now, I mean, strictly speaking, you don't need a computer because you can make music on a tablet or on a smartphone. If that's your vibe, there's no judgment here. But I'm going to recommend that you actually get a proper computer. You can either get a Mac or a PC. Both work fine. If you want to use Logic, you can't get a PC because Logic doesn't work on anything but a Mac. I've been doing this for 14, 15 years, and I've always used Mac. But I've never actually bought a Mac that's brand new. I've always bought refurbished Macs, and they've all been super reliable. So if you're looking to buy a Mac, whether it's a MacBook or a Mac Mini or a Mac Studio, always check refurbished websites first. Now, legitimate refurbished Macs, they normally come with a 1-year warranty. Depending on where you are in the world, it might be different for you, but I used a website called Mac Finder. I've actually bought all of my Mac stuff from Mac Finder, and it's been fantastic. It was much cheaper than buying a new one, and it's just as reliable. It makes it more realistic and more cost effective to go down the refurbished road instead of brand new. There's very little difference. You want to look for, minimum 8 gigs of RAM. If you can get more than that, that's much better. And the internal SSD needs to be of a decent size. 500 gigs and upwards is great. Anything less than that, you're going to fill it up quite quickly. But we'll get into that. Just keep watching the video. The second thing that you're going to need is a digital audio workstation, or a DAW. Some people call it a DAW, whatever. It is the software that you use to make your music. So if you already know which one you want to get, then that's fantastic. I've also done a really helpful video of the 5 industry standard DAWs. I've put a link right here if you're struggling to pick between which one you think might be best for the music you're making. So go check that video out, and then you can make the decision based on your needs and your music. When you install your DAW, it's going to come with loads of plugins for processing, but also virtual instruments. Learn them, get used to them, understand them before you actually buy plugins. Stop being overwhelmed by all of these other channels and videos that tell you you've got to buy this plugin, you've got to have this, otherwise nothing's going to be sounding any good, it's all going to be shit. Ignore all of that. What comes in your DAW is going to be just fine. Okay, number 3. Now we're getting into the territory where you're not necessarily going to need this, but it depends on what kind of music you're going to make. And that's an audio interface. This is a little box, also known as a converter, where you can connect microphones or instruments or speakers. If you are going to be recording stuff from the outside world to the digital, you're going to need an audio interface. If you want to know more about this, then I've also done a video on 5 budget-friendly audio interfaces, see it right there, that also explains what they are. Now, if you're going to make music that doesn't involve you recording an instrument or recording a microphone or having monitor speakers, then you don't need an interface. Number 4 are the things that you're going to need to make music. Again, this is dependent on the kind of music you're going to make and the kind of artist you are, is a microphone. You might not be a singer, but you might want to record things with a microphone. Also, if you're producing music for other people, they might be singers and they might want to come to your setup and record their vocals. So microphones can be an important thing. I've got a great little video here, which is a budget-friendly microphone list in 3 different tiers of pricing, from entry level to mid-tier to expensive. Great for beginners. And then you can make the decision on which one you want to get, depending on your budget and depending on your vibe. Number 5, the next thing you're going to need, headphones or monitors or both. Now, if you don't have a treated space or even a dedicated space, if you're going to work on the go and in different places, then headphones are probably going to be better for your setup. What kind of headphones you want to get? Well, I got a lovely video just here that can tell you exactly what kind of headphones you might want to get. Now, if you've got a treated space, you know, like this one or a room, and you don't have any neighbors to annoy when you're playing that 30-second loop on repeat over and over and over for 7 hours straight, then you might want to think about getting some monitor speakers. You can't see them. I've got some here, but I didn't start with them. I started with a pair of headphones, and then I eventually got some monitor speakers when I had somewhere to actually put them in a space where I could actually make the most of them. So I'd say headphones probably best first, and then speakers later, depending on your setup and your needs. Eventually, what you want to do is be able to use both. So if you're mixing or producing, you can check some of it on your headphones, you can check it on your speakers. That's kind of what we do in the professional industry. You have different ways of listening to stuff to make sure things translate, but right now, do not worry about any of that. If there's not one already, then there will definitely be a video about good monitors. So number 6 of the things that you might need to begin your music making journey and get your setup cooking is a MIDI controller or a keyboard. Now, even if you can't play a piano or anything like that, a MIDI keyboard or a MIDI controller can be useful for lots of other stuff. You can play virtual instruments with inside your DAW, you can trigger drum patterns, you can automate like synths and synth effects. It makes working in your DAW with MIDI a bit faster and a bit more enjoyable because it's actually like a physical thing. Which MIDI controller you might want to get when you start? Well, just go there because I got a video just for you that recommends some that are great for beginners. Number 7, and I think final thing you need for your music making setup, it's not the juiciest of topics, but it's about file management. And this is about getting a hard drive. And that's because every time you make a new song, you're going to need somewhere to keep it. And if you just rely on the internal storage of your laptop or your computer or whatever you're using, it's going to get full really quickly. And when it starts to fill up, it's going to start to slow down your whole process. So the best thing to try and do is you want to run your projects from an external hard drive, and then you want to keep all your DAW and all your software installed on your internal hard drive. So I'm just going to lean over here. This little thing, this is a Crucial SSD. It's 5 terabytes. Everything I do is on here. And then this is also backed up to the cloud, some sort of cloud storage, whether it's Google Drive or Dropbox. There's loads out there. Take your pick. But it means that you don't have to live in complete anxiety of losing this or losing all of your work. But all of my DAW and all of my plugins and all of the software that I use to make music is installed on my hard drive inside my computer. That is a good source of file management because it means that it's as fast as your internal drive. It works just as good, but it means that you can always add more space if you need it. So that's it. Hopefully I've cleared up some of this confusion, a couple of myths busted, and for a lot of you, you probably only need 3 or 4 of them. So now it's over to you to make some bangers. Better go watch my other videos, because I recommended a load, but there's also loads more. Okay, big love. Bye!